The Far Pavilions.
Written by Mary Margaret Kay.
She was born in Simla, India on August 21, 1908. Simla was the summer residence of the British Viceroy, and she returned here every summer for the first 10 years of her life. This explains how Kay was able to write in depth about India, its people, and its culture. Kay also had close ties to the British Raj, having her grandfather, father, brother, and cousins all fight under the Raj. Although her family lived in India, Kay was sent to a boarding school in England. Here she began studying children's book illustration, earning money by designing Christmas cards. In 1926, she returned to India to live with her family, but after her father's death, she returned to London, England, escaping her mother's constant nagging to find a junior officer to marry. MMK went on to write 10 books throughout her lifetime, her most famous books being The Far Pavilions and Shadow of the Moon. The Far Pavilions is about a boy named Ashton Pelham Martin. He is the son of a British professor living in British India. Ashton's mom and dad passed away within a few years of each other when Ashton was really young, leaving Ashton to be brought up by Sita, a maid of their house. Sita raises Ashton as her own as a Hindu, and Ashton doesn't find out the truth about his birth until several years after Sita passes away. Ashton, finding out he is British, is sent to a school in England. Eventually, he returns to India as a soldier in the British Army. He soon realizes his loyalties are torn between his Indian friends and the members of his regiment. As Ashton struggles to find his identity, he falls in love with a Russian Indian princess and has to deal with their forbidden romance at the same time.
Hi everybody, this is my thoughts on the book, The Far Pavilions. First off, it's a pretty long book if you can tell from the sound of the book dropping, but it does have something enjoyable for every sort of reader. Secondly, it is very detailed and well researched on some of the major turning points in the history of India and Afghanistan, and you'll definitely learn a lot about the 19th century British India. Thirdly, most of the historical events and battles talked about in The Far Pavilions actually did exist, as well as some of the characters. So lastly, we come to the question on if The Far Pavilions is historically credible or not. First off, we know that there are no citations listed within the contents of the book. Secondly, we know that not everything in the book is real, including some of the kingdoms that Ashton travels through. Thirdly, after review from other historical authors, we know that MMK keeps to the facts when it comes to the major turning points during the 19th century India and Afghanistan.